flow, but we started from the gutter. Shout out to the moon, we ain't never going under. Hits on my old town slugger. White after white, we ain't never got ourselves made it to the top.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Dolphins and the Broncos coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field. And off we go from Denver. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. On second down, Bridgewater again. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mack. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now a second down and 6. Play action. Now it's Tua. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Long. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, Just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now Tua. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Hard throw, incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here too after a good stop. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Bridgewater. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards and a victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Williams. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Patrick. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Come on, let's go! So Miami coming out for their second drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. They'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On second down, Williams. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Bridgewater. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
7 yards to pick up there. On second down, it's Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Back near his goal line, here's Tua. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Aaron Browning, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, so they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tua going to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, look at the juke. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Shoves him aside near the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that's Garrett Bowles, the former 1st-round pick, the guilty party. Here's Bridgewater. Going right back to Fant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st down, Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
First down, Bridgewater. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Miami set to take over.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
7 yards to pick up there.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Williams, and he'll go down at the 28.
79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Williams pushes him over. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it with Williams. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient at picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing is Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. He's in his zone. Second quarter already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. On the ground, this is Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
And here's Joseph Charlton now
as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out.
He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. To throw on 2nd and 6, Bridgewater.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. Whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start out west at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Drew Lock, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Jared Goff, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to pass, Tua. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Bridgewater gives to Williams here on the draw. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater on the slant, completes to Sutton. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was actually something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Miami. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for two. They're going to try and run. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 126 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Bridgewater. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 17, Bridgewater. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's taken down inside the 30. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Williams. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
145 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater This is the tight end Fan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run on first down. Williams. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. To throw is Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Miami set to take over. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Tua. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
That'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Bridgewater. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll start by handing this off to Mack. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Bridgewater. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williams, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater.
We'll get that to Javonte Williams. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Williams.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will get on to their lead.
And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical to end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
To try again after the sack. Tua flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Dolphins on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
To a hit, and the ball is out.
And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Javonte Williams
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua. And this is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Tua. Throw left side, complete. That's Fuller.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium.